Raise your hand if you look like absolute shit today. And yes, this hat is 100% necessary. If you saw what was going on underneath it, you'd understand. As per my mother's request and everyone else's, here is stand-up set number 2. It was done in the cabaret, just like last time. It was almost entirely improv. Not too much swearing this time. I guess that's good, according to my mother. If there's another one that I do this semester, I promise I won't take forever to edit it, and I will put it up as soon as possible. But I'm just really busy right now, so deal with it. Actually scared me shitless because she said she's gonna drown anyone under 5'7", and I'm 5 feet tall, so I don't even really remember what I was gonna say. Just kidding. You guys know, if you were here last year, you know about Maria, or Kathy, my real mom. I wasn't a doctor or anything, I just like to tell people that so they think I was and kind of feel sorry for me. So the good thing about being 50% of a fresh out of the water Mexican is that I can put Hispanic on all my paperwork, but I'm just white enough for white privilege, so joke's on you guys. But, so I was almost abducted the other day, and I say almost because I still made it to the subway station okay. But the way the guy did it, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, he just like stopped in the middle of the road, and like there's still cars passing on the side of him, and there's a lane that he could have pulled up and just like pulled me in the car, but he didn't. And if I were a rapist, that's how I would have gone about it. But anyway, so he just stops in the middle of the road, and he was like, "Excuse me, do you have time?" And I was like, "Is he asking me what time it is? Because I don't wear a watch." And so I just kind of looked at him and I was like, "Excuse me?" And he's like, "You have time?" I was like, "Oh, do you need to know what time it is?" He's like, "No, you have time. I take you. You'll come with me. I take you. Why do you need to go?" And for a second, I thought, wait a minute, that's not okay. So I just said, "No, thank you." And then I started walking away and I thought about it. I'm like, is that really how people abduct other people? Do they ask first? Because when I was in high school, I was never taught that like domestic violence and being abducted was a consensual thing. I thought you just kind of did it. But I guess that's not the protocol here. So anyway, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of reasons I'm going to hell because like the two groups of people that everyone's like supposed to biologically love are like babies and old people, and they're like my worst enemies. Like especially when I go to the store, like they're just the worst. When, like the other day, I went to Market Basket to go get groceries, and there's this old lady just like hanging over her car, like. I'm like, bitch, please stand up. Like your titties are taking up the whole aisle. Can I have some chicken too? Like it's just a nuisance. And then this other lady, she comes up behind me, and there's like 1 million people in this one aisle, and she like rammed me. And I was like, yes, please, ma'am, that was riveting. Do it again. I love it. And she did it again. And I was like, bitch, I'm kidding. And so then I kind of got in front of her, and I got my oatmeal and whatever. And then I'm like trying to leave the aisle, and there's like a roadblock. And so I'm like slowly moving, like trying to get out of the way. And she's like, excuse me. And I like kind of turned around, and I was like, what? And she's like, are you going to keep going? I was like, yeah, I can only go the pace that the other people go in front of me. And I almost told her, I'm sorry, I know you're in a hurry to have a heart attack and die over in the frozen food section, but my time is just as valuable as yours. So, yeah. Also, I'm kind of terrified of old people because I think they could kill me, and I don't know why, because, I mean, they're like the least threatening people ever. Like, what are they going to... Like you never hear a headline of somebody like who got killed by an old person. So to compensate for that, my great grandma is like 95. She's like this close to death. We're like waiting any day now. And so because she also can't hear anything, I like to when she's like sitting on her rocking chair in my grandma's living room, just go up to her and scream, "Die already!" And she still hasn't done it, but maybe this Christmas. Also, if you like my things, you can look in my description. I always have my Facebook name if you want to be my virtual friend, I suppose. my Twitter and my Instagram, so that way if you want to stalk me on the internet, feel free to. And as always, if you like my video, please subscribe. I promise next time I will try to look better, A, in my stand-up set, and B, in my real life, because I don't understand why, but my hair and this weather are just not having it together. So, next time I'll try harder, I promise. I'll go like all whole face, and you'll just be like, whoa, where'd that hot girl come from? I thought she was a 12-year-old little boy man girl. And then it'll really be me. So, yeah.
Crazy eyes.